Hey guys, what's up? My name is Ronan Vico. In this video we're going to learn how to create an automation in Power Automate Desktop to organize your files in a folder. So you're going to have an automation like this one where you can insert your input folder, where is the files to organize, and output folder where you're going to save this file. So when I click OK here, check it out, all my files from my input folder moved to my output folder organized by extension. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, so please hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and let's go. So here I have this folder with a lot of files, with a lot of different types of files, and I want to group them by their extension, by the type of the document. And at my Power Automate Desktop, I'm going to create here a new flow. So let's go, new flow. I'm going to call organize my files by type in subfolder. And I will not use the PowerFX. I do not like to use it on Automate Desktop. So I will create my flow here from blank. And what we're going to do here is create a logic without knowing how to program it. So what I'm saying here is you do not need to know programming languages or how to write code to do an automation like that one. If you know how to use the Power Automate Desktop, you can automate anything that you do with your own mouse and keyboard. That's the cool thing about the Automate Desktop. What I'm proposing here is to create an automation based on logic. So what we're going to do, I want to list all the files on a specific folder, right? I will check for each file, so I will iterate each one of them, right? So I'm going for each one of them, checking what is the extension of this file and move the file to a specific folder called, for example, .txt, right? So let's do the first step. I want to list all the files on a folder and iterate all the files. Pretty simple, pretty fast here. I'm going to use the action. I will search writing folder, right? So I'm going to write folder here and check what is the actions that I can do with the word folder. One of them is get files in folder, exactly what we want. So I'm going to insert here get files in folder. Instead of using an hard-coded folder here, I will create a variable, an input variable, so I can use that as a variable when I press play into this robot, in this automation. So I'm going to click here, create an input called my input folder. It's going to be a text variable, and the default value, I'm going to insert the default value of my own folder so I can test it, right? And the external name, the name that the user is going to see when press play, or when you're going to use that on Automate Cloud, is going to be the input folder to organize, right? So what is the input folder that I want to organize the files? Insert the input folder where we're going to list all the files and move to the subfolder with the extension of the file, like, okay? So this is going to be a variable. I'm going to save here. It's not an optional, it's required. It's also not sensitive, so I'm going to leave that way. I'm going to save it here. And at this action, get files in folder, I'm going to insert here the variable, the input variable called my input folder. Here is it. We can see this is a variable because it's inside the percentage right here. And I do not want to include subfolders. So let's say that I want to organize a folder listing not just the files in the folder, but also the files at the subfolder right here. In my case, I don't want to do that. I just want to list the files in the specific folder, not the subfolders, and I will leave it disabled, right? So I'm going just to save it and check it out. I'm going to retrieve the files in folder, my input folder, that match with, this is a wildcard, that means everything. I could use like only the files that ends with txt, or only the files that starts with something, right, and ends with docx, for example. So in my case, I want to filter nothing. I want to bring all the files, so I will leave like that. And I will store the files listed, all the files retrieved from this action in a variable called files. And after that, I want to loop. I want to iterate. I want to go each file on the folder, so I can check the extension and move to the specifically folder that we want, right? So I'm going to insert here the loop action for each. The for each, the name already say what it does, iterates over items in a list. So we already have a list of files that we had retrieved on the last action. So I'm going to insert right here the files. I will iterate the files, and each file will be stored in current item. I can't change the name of the variable for current file. Will be easy to understand what is going on, because like I said in the beginning of the video, we are not programming nothing here. We are just selecting actions, and anyone can do it, right? For each file, I will iterate each one of them. What I always do here is not to run, okay? The run is going to play the automation. I like to use the debug to F10. So pressing the F10 on your keyboard, we can run each action at a time. So I'm going to press it right here, F10, F10. So check it out. The first action just runs. We can see the files right here. If I click it, I can see the list of files stored in my variable. Here, we can always see all the variables at our flow. Pretty cool, right? We can see what is going on. What I checked here that is wrong is the value of my folder. It's not this one. I'm going to change here. This is not the path that I want to use right now. This is the path, okay? The default value. I'm going to save it, and let's run it again. F10, F10, and now I can see all the files in my folder, my files, right? So the first step here is to iterate. If I press F10 again, the current file will be stored with the file, the current item, the current file in the loop, right? We are iterating each one of them. So the first file here stored is going to be this one. So I'm going to click OK and press F10. Check it out. The current file on my loop, it's this file right here. Will have a name, extension, and everything else. So we already did more than 50% of the automation, right? We get all the files, we start in a variable, and we are looping each one of them. We are iterating each one of them. So the next step is pretty simple. I just want to get this file and move to other folder, where the folder name is going to be their extension. Hey Rona, how do you going to get the extension? I already have it on the variable. Check it out. The current file have a full name, a name, and an extension. So here is it. I just need to call an action that move this file to other folder. So I'm going to stop right now the flow. Stop. I'm going to search for an action that do that for me. I want to move a file. So I will search actions with the word file. And let's check it out. I have wait for file, copy files, and I have move files. I'm going to click this action, insert right here, and this is the file to move and the destination folder. The file to move is going to be the variable current file. I'm going to use the current file full name. The full name, as we can see here, it's better to see here at the flow variables, right? We can see the full name, it's the exactly full name, all the path to the file. So that's what I'm going to use here. I want to move this specific file to this destination folder. What is going to be our destination folder? I'm going to ask for the user an output folder that can be the same folder if I want, right? So I'm going to create a variable like my input folder, but that this time is going to be my output folder. It's a text. The default value is going to be the same folder so we can test it, okay? And the external name where the user who's going to play the automations is going to see is going to be output folder, where the subfolders with extension name will be created. This is an external name. It can be the description because it's so long, right? But the external name could be output folder, and the description will be the output folder where the subfolder with extension name will be created and where the file will be stored. Save it, and what I'm going to do here is try to move this file to a specific folder that do not exist. What you are talking here, Rona? Basically, I want to move all the .txt files to a folder called /.txt. Also for the doc, also for the PDF, and so on, for all the extensions that I have here for these files, right? So let's test it. Let's check if it is going to work, because let's say that I don't know if it works or not. I'm going to try it. So the destination folder, I want to move this specific file to this destination folder. The name of the folder is going to be my output, right? Do you remember the output? Right here. Here's it. My files is the output. And I'm going to insert the slash, and I'm going to insert the current file extension, right? You can see here, what is this? This is, see, my folder, my files folder, and in red, right, in red, it's the slash, and again in pink is the extension. So I'm doing exactly this as a destination folder. I'm creating this text to the destination folder. So let's test it. If file exists, do nothing, save, and let's try using the F10. So F10, 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 and oh, I get an error. The destination folder doesn't exist. That's true. The folder do not exist right here, right? So how can we fix it? We can call an action before of this, creating the folder. So I'm going to use again the word folder and try to find a create folder, and here's it, create folder. Create new folder into, I'm going to create a new folder into my output folder, right? Remember, the my files is my output folder, and my new folder name is going to be the extension, right? We can see right here. We want to create exactly the same folder. So create new folder into my output folder, and the new folder name is going to be my current file extension. And I can click save. Check it out. I will have a new variable produced called new folder. I can use the new folder, right? I can use the new folder right here, or I can keep the same. Both will work, right? I can use my output folder concatenated with the slash and current file extension, or I can just go here and change this to my new folder that I just created. Okay, so I can use the new folder, full name. Both of them will work. Okay, I'm just changing here so you can learn that. I'm going to save, and let's check it out to test it and guarantee that the automation is working, I'm just rearranged the windows here. So in the left we have the automation, and at the right the folder. I'm going to press F10 here, and the first action will get all the files in the folder. Okay. The next action will initiate the for each loop. In the third action, we're going to create the first folder. Check it out. The text folder was just created right here. And if I press F10 again, the first file was moved. If I can keep pressing F10 and watching the automation goes on, but let's change it. Instead of running each row at a time, each action at a time, I'm going to run all the code. So I'm going to press F5 here, or just click here, the run button, and ta-da! The automation is ready and running perfectly like we wanted. And what is cool about it is that you can create that in 1-2 minutes. After you understand the tool, it's becoming easier to create automation like that. And you can use always you need. So let's say that you need to organize this file just one time. You have more than 200 files. You need to run an automation like that. You can create, run, and okay. But also, if you save it, right? I'm going to save it here. This automation will be at my account here at my Power Automate desktop. The next time you open Power Automate desktop and search for your flow, organize my files, and etc. When you press play, you can just insert the input folder to organize the file with the description that you write it before. Here is it, the output folder with your own description also, and you can use it again and again every time that you want. So the Power Automate desktop is one of my favorite tools because you can create automations and robots that press your keyboard, your mouse. You can do a lot of stuff. And if you want to learn more about it, comment down below so I will create more content like this one for you. Thank you so much for watching. Again, leave your feedback and also write in the comment the word toothbrush. Comment toothbrush so I will know that you watch it to the end. I always leave a word in the end so I know that you watch it to the end. Watch the video completed. If you want to learn more about Power Platform, check the first link on the description. We have a coupon code where you can study the best courses of Power Platform. Also, if you need any support on developments on Power Platform or any digital transformation, you can check our email on the description. Send us an email so we can help you. Thank you so much for watching. We see you in another video in another class, and please subscribe.